Hi class! So for today, as part of our orientation, I will be presenting the rules and reminders for synchronous classes. So hello my dear students, again I am your teacher, Maria Janwa P. Kunanan, and I welcome you all to our online class. So in preparation for our online learning this second semester, the following are the things that you need to prepare, follow, and observe to help ensure that our online meeting goes smoothly. For some classroom reminders, these are just simple and important rules to remember and follow during our classes. Number 1, be on time. So join the class at least 5 minutes before the meeting start time. The meeting start and end time will follow the schedule on your enrollment form. Be prepared for class. So that means have everything you need within reach. So by doing so, you have to make sure that you have all the required materials with you before the class starts. Prepare your books, homework, notebook, pencils, and anything else you may need so you can easily follow in the class. Remove distractions. That means treating online class as if it is a real class time. Find a quiet space without interruptions or background noises that might affect the flow of our online guided discussions. Have a good lighting if possible on your face during online classes. By doing so, the instructor can see you clearly. Have a planned background that will avoid backlight from bright windows. Next, wear appropriate clothes. Make sure you look presentable for class, dress appropriately, and ready for an online class. Be respectful. When you say be respectful, respect your instructor and your classmates. Listen attentively to your instructor and follow instructions. Raise your hand when you want to speak and wait to be called before speaking. Listen quietly when someone else is speaking. Some of the online etiquette means good behavior and manners expected of us when we are in class. Keep your microphone on mute. Reduce background noise and distractions. So try to avoid unnecessary noise while the online class is going on. If possible, mute your audio when the discussion is going on or unmute the audio when you are recognized to speak, especially on recitations. Headphones is your friend. You will hear clearly and will hear clearly if you are using one during online classes. Be responsible in the chat box. Use the chat box for class-related matters only. Only the chat feature for things related to your lessons and as instructed by your teacher. Also, reading something is not the same as hearing it. So think carefully before sending questions or comments. Be fully present. Pay attention and participate actively. Be aware that you are in an online class. Avoid doing things not related to the subject, such as using your phones, checking your emails, and other related things not related to this course. So other classroom reminders, please don't be afraid to ask questions. Feel free to ask me if you don't know something or if something is unclear. Next, give 100% attention by being prepared with historical readings assigned before every online class. Keep up with lessons and homework. Review your notes. Stick to a study routine so you won't get behind with class assignments. Submit assignments correctly. Follow your teacher's rules and instructions on how to submit your work online. Take breaks from being online. Find time to recharge and engage in offline activities. Find balance and make time for your hobbies as well. Support each other. Be kind to everyone. Let's encourage and lift each other up. At this point, I will be presenting the class rules for everyone to follow in our class. Hi there! The following information from this presentation will walk you through all the guidelines and class rules that you will need to know in taking this class. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me, your instructor. So let's all have a happy learning. Part 1. What are the netiquette for virtual classes? These are the importance of practicing good etiquette on the internet. So welcome. Thank you for joining us in this very important discussion about online rules in the new normal. What is netiquette? It's short for internet etiquette. Netiquette is a code of good and preferred behavior on the internet. Observing and exercising good online behavior is not only mandatory, but it is also everyone's responsibility. So spot the difference. Etiquette in the society, which means a code of polite behavior we need to observe and exercise as good citizens. Etiquette in the technology would mean a code of polite behavior we need to observe and exercise as we interact with other people online, which means me, your teacher, and to your classmates as well. So, how netiquette impacts virtual classes? Number 1, it prevents miscommunication. So, due to lack of physical expression, communicating online can be challenging. So, being respectful helps us understand each other and the lesson properly. It also enhances the learning experience. Keeping our discussions focused can only be achieved if everyone behaves politely and respectfully towards each other. It also builds a community of learners. Collaboration and cooperation is imperative. More so in this time of distance learning, working together and helping each other benefits all of us. The most important thing to keep in mind is we are still human beings, so let us treat everyone with respect. So the proper way to interact with our teachers, which is me, Miss Kananan, and your classmates should stay the same. We do not say anything online you wouldn't say to a person face to face. So that's the basic rule. The internet age, so this is the learning of the new normal. So in order to respond to this, why do we need to observe proper netiquette? So this is a closer look at online manners. To collaborate harmoniously with others, being able to successfully function online is similar to functioning in the society. When we follow the rules of good conduct, we are able to work harmoniously with other people. This also prevents miscommunications and misunderstanding from happening. So to help others and yourself, virtual learning is new and confusing for all. That is no question. There's no question to that. Practicing good netiquette makes this an easier transition for everyone involved. Because we share a common space, we are all responsible in making our online community safe and a conducive place for learning. We are in this common space because we are all here to learn. Virtual or not, we are still in school. We are in a classroom, so acting in a professional manner is expected from both the teacher and the students. Part 2. A guide for proper email etiquette. So from greetings to sign-offs. I know that this might not be so necessary for you, but for us teachers, receiving a proper and a good email with the things that we need not to hear from you and the things that you wanted to communicate should be accorded accordingly to what is expected from you as our students. So here's the basics. Always include your full name, course code, class period in the email content, and what the email is specifically about in the subject. Only use your Adu email. Try to keep the content brief, one screen length. Check for spelling, punctuation, and grammar errors before clicking send. Lastly, Do not send an email more than once or post an inquiry twice. Tone. Write in a positive tone. Avoid using negative words such as on, none, or X. Do not use emoticons or emojis as this is not a chat box. Know the difference between request and demand. Always remember to be respectful. Complaints and inquiry. You should briefly state the history of the problem to provide context of the problem or inquiry. Make sure all the information needed are provided in your email or post. Part 3. So what are the frequently asked questions in our online class? I was not able to submit one of my preparatory assessment on the set deadline. Will I still be able to submit it? So this is the answer. You are given a month to comply with 3 modules. After a month, you will be asked to focus on another 3 sets of modules. If you have problems complying with the preparatory assessment for any of the set modules, you need to inform your instructor ahead of time. Failure to do so, your case will not be considered and you will not be given a chance to submit the preparatory assessment that you missed. Another question. I was not able to attend the synchronous class. Is there a recorded copy of the session? And where can I access it? Answer. You can find all recorded sessions in the video conference below the top banner of this course. Another question. I was not able to attend an activity during synchronous classes. How can I cope up with the activity that I missed? Answer. It would be best if you inform your instructor as soon as possible. You may or may not be given a special quiz or activity, dependent on why you were not able to attend the session. Next question. Am I allowed to share any materials or video recordings from this course with anyone not part of the class? Answer. You may not. Please take note that we take data privacy very seriously. Thus, you are not allowed to share any data with anyone outside the class. This includes, but is not limited to, readings, screenshots of group conversations, and even video recordings. Some specific reminders for our class. You are expected to comply with all the requirements independently unless otherwise you are instructed to do it in a group. If caught cheating in any major requirement, you will automatically have a failing grade. You will only be sending emails to your instructor for personal matters, and all other concerns are to be posted in the inquiry and concern section. You are expected to use your ADO email at all times, in joining conferences and accessing all files and materials. Manners are the basic building blocks of civil society. That is according to Alexander Smith. So again, class, treat everyone with kindness and respect. It may be online or offline. Thank you so much for listening to this rules and reminders to our online class. If you have questions, feel free to ask me after this presentation. Again, I am your teacher, Maria Janwa P. Kananan. Thank you so much.